Hi everyone, I wanted to show you how to make a video using Adobe Express since we have it as a tool in Gwinnett. You'll start off in your portal and you'll go to Tools and then Adobe Creative Cloud and then access Adobe Express. Technically, I learned today from our tech guy that you're supposed to use Creative Cloud from your desktop, but I'm on my personal computer and I've always done it this way, so we're just going to do it this way. We use Adobe Express in class for our third grade Module 4 PSAs. And honestly, once I give my kids the crash course on how to start their video and how to use some of the tools, they're pretty good about just playing around with it and learning how to make some cool stuff. So, trust that you can figure it out and, make a cool video if you want it to have, you know, animation or video clips or whatever. But from what it sounds like, you don't have to have all those pieces. So when you're on this home page, you'll go to the plus button in the top left and you'll click video and then video again. Once you're here, it's just kind of a blank page and it's going to act very similar to Google Slides. You can just build from here and play around with it like that, or you can pick one of the templates over here and it will go ahead and fill up your timeline at the bottom with a bunch of different slides. So if we wanted to do like this blue one, for example, it's going to create a timeline at the bottom. And if I click this play button, it plays the video. So this is what your video would be when you upload it on YouTube. At the bottom, it shows how long each slide is shown, and you can click and drag to make it longer or shorter. And each slide is totally customizable. You just click and customize. So if I want, the font to be different, I can change that. If I want the color to be different, I can change to that. This picture, if I want to change that to something else, we can replace it. So when we're over here, we'll click add content and then media, and this is where we get pretty much everything. Adobe has a lot of good stock images and videos that make the videos look really fancy and professional. So you'll just type in whatever you're looking for. So if you want, people talking, up here we have pictures and then we have videos. So if you want like people having a conversation, if you're talking about, growth in that way, then we'll just click and drag it and it'll fill that part. So now I have people talking over there. I can make this, bigger, more simple, all that good stuff. I can, delete slides. I can add them. I can also add music. So if you click add audio at the bottom, you can type in whatever type of music you want. So if you want something, instrumental, there's tons of options that you can put in the background. I just recommend that when you do that, you make sure that the music is, or the volume of the music is quieter. I don't know, we'll put this one. So you just control the volume by dragging it down. And then when you're ready to record your voiceover, since your video will all be done in Adobe, you'll go back to add content, media, and then we're still in music, but you'll click record voiceover and make sure you give access to Adobe. And you'll just click start recording. So you have to kind of build your video first and then record your voiceover. But there's tons of things that you can add. And if you want to go more like the graphic route, they have too. So, you just kind of type in whatever you want. So if we go to elements, and a lot of my kids were using, the icons and their stickers. There's so many different things that you can add to make your video kind of come to life. So Adobe is, a great resource.